Hello everyone, it's Tana and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a special video for the Not Too Shabby shop. Now I planned on getting this video out a lot sooner, but with the kids being home, and then I had it fully edited and it somehow disappeared, and yeah, that's my life lately. So I ended up getting the entire Miss Ink release. The Alice one is from last month or the month before, in two spurts, both from Jamie's shop. I'm not sure what she has left at this point, but if anything's left, I'll list it below. If not, anything Jamie no longer has, you can put in a request to her, or I'll put the links for Miss Ink stamps as well. I plan on, there's one short part of coloring in this video, and I plan on reading you some of the sentiments on some of these stamp sets. They are just so wonderful. I had to have this entire release. I love Alice in Wonderland. It's just my thing. So I will be using these for years to come. That's for sure. I will also be announcing the winner of the March. Yes, I know it's May now, but like I said, a lot going on in the world and in my home. And I'll be announcing the winner of the glass mat at the end of this video, and also some news about the giveaways for April and May. Now, I'm doing a scene, a simple scene for the front of this card. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice again. And we're going to use the forest path, and then the Alice that's looking away from us from the Alice set of stamps, and the wrong way signpost is also included with the forest path stamp. So you see here, I'm just doing some simple masking. I'm not going to show you the coloring on this. I do show you how I ink blended and masked off the background so that I could ink blend the sky and then the grass. There was a lot of coloring. There was a lot of parts involved to this card. That's why I left out most of the coloring. There was also a lot of ink blending, but I sped it up as fast as I could so that I could read you some of the sentiments from the stamp sets while I was doing that. So as you can see, I'm laying out bits and pieces from all of the stamp sets. We have a chair, which will be used more than once, paintbrushes and roses and teacups and dinnerware, hookah from the Smoking Caterpillar, some Eat Me cookies, and some Drink Me bottles. Just anything that was little that was included in the stamp set. I even masked off the stopwatch, that's not what it's called, the little watch that the rabbit carries around. And I put a lot of time into this. Think about how much time it took to stamp and then cut out each mask and then place them all on there and ink blend this background. And I'm telling you this for a very specific reason, which you will find out in a couple minutes. So I'm using these Catherine Pooler inks to make my background. I started off with Fiesta Blue in the center, and then I moved on to the Daydream, I think. I missed that because I wasn't looking at the camera or at the video. And then Stone Blue and Juniper Mist. Now, the Stone Blue is what I used for the stencil here, the rabbit hole stencil. And then I used the Juniper Mist to kind of blend in all four edges because you can see the edge of the stencil. Now, I tried to do it where you didn't see the harsh edges. Using this to protect my fingers, this piece of cardstock did not help my harsh edges. But it didn't work out. So I used the Juniper Mist. It actually came out better on the second background. And yes, I did say second background. Here's the big reveal. And then I'll show you what it looks like when all of the masks are taken off and the images are colored. Excuse me, guys. So I planned on doing a hop for my 1,000 subscribers. I've been so busy with everything that's been going on and so behind that I think I might change it to 1,500 subscribers because I have to have time to plan that out. but definitely be looking for that on my channel upcoming soon in the next few months. So now I'm revealing all of my stamped images. And I'm going to show you how I color one chair, and then we're going to move along. So while I'm doing that, there is a stamp set in here called Wonderland Wisdom in the Release. Oh, I'm ink blending. I use tumbled glass, see that? I don't even know the order of my own video. Distress oxide for the sky, and then mowed lawn oxide for the grass. The Wonderland Wisdom is a stamp set full of sentiments. So we have, it is impossible only if you believe it is. I used the negative of the mask to block off the sky so I could ink blend the grass there. So I was very careful when I cut that mask out. And then back to the sentiments. Why sometimes I've believed that as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. We all go a little mad sometimes. I give myself good advice, but I seldom follow it. What a strange world we live in. Some days I'm not all there myself. The hurrier I go, the behinder I get. There's the completed front of our card. And I'm going to put a sentiment on there. It actually came from the Alice stamp set, where Alice came from, and it says, oh no, I guess it didn't, because that's not it. It's been a while since I made this card, guys, so. Oh, it came from Forest Path. Her mind had gone out for a stroll and fallen down a rabbit hole. So that's what's on the front of the card. And now I'm coloring the chair. And I'm using dark browns, E49, E29. I will add those to the video real quick before I upload it. Currently, I don't have those up on the screen. Back to the sentiments. What a strange world we live in. Some days I'm not all there myself. The hurrier I go, the behinder I get. 3 inches is such a wretched height. Be what you would seem to be. Don't lose your muchness. I love that one. I do wish I hadn't drunk quite so much. Curiouser and curiouser. It would be nice if something made sense for a change. People who don't think shouldn't talk. If everybody minded their own business, the world would go around a great deal faster than it does. It's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. So here I'm showing.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test.
There is a very specific reason that I put that in there. Do you notice that my background has no images on it? Yes. After all of that work, I went outside, I came back in, and nobody in this house was watching Jackson, and he cut up my background. Yes, he took scissors to it. Some of the images were salvageable. That's why they're cut out instead of restamped. That and the fact that I just was not going to mask all those again. I wasn't. So I cut them out, stamped out some more that I didn't have. And there you have it. But yes. So now we're going to use a pop-up from the Lawn Fawn set of pop-up dies. I think they're called Everyday Pop-Ups, and I was comparing that to the set. I have them all on one card so I can compare sizes. And we're just going to go with the smallest one, which I labeled A. You're going to draw a very light line down the center of your paper, your cardstock, where you want to score it. Then you're going to line up the arrows on your pop-up die and run that through the die cutting machine. The arrows go on the line. When it comes out, you're going to score it only on the cardstock where there's no pop-up box. And then when you score it, your box is going to fold the opposite way. As you saw, I'm a little bit behind because I was telling you what happened. So now I am putting on the inside of the card there. What a strange world we live in, curiouser and curiouser, which I thought fit the current times. And I colored, stamped out and colored another Alice that is falling down the rabbit hole. What a strange world we live in, curiouser and curiouser, which I thought fit the current times. And I colored, stamped out and colored another Alice that is falling down the rabbit hole. What a strange world we live in, curiouser and curiouser, which I thought fit the current times. And I colored, stamped out and colored another Alice that is falling down the rabbit hole. And I heat emboss that with clear embossing powder. I used VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink to stamp that out. And now we're going to glue Alice to the pop-up. Now I stick a little piece of cardstock in here because I didn't want her being glued to the center of the card and then not working properly. And she wouldn't stay on there, so I used a little tiny miniature clothespin until she dried. And that seemed to work pretty good. Now I'm going to use a bunch of double-sided adhesive because I did so much work to this card twice that I didn't want to put wet glue on it and screw something else up. So I just made sure I had a lot of double-sided tape in there. And there she is, guys. Now we just have to put our front onto the front of the card. And I'm going to use more double-sided adhesive for that. And our card is finished. So while you look at the pictures, I am going to tell you I have the winner. The name's going to be posted right here. I'm going to give that winner 2 weeks to respond because it's been so long since I chose a winner. And I'm going to have you guys comment below about what you've been doing in your time off or in these different times. And I'm going to pick 2 winners for 2 different prizes for April and May. I will have all the information in the description box below. So the winner for the glass mat is, I hope you say your name correctly, LaQuieta Gibson. So as long as you live in the US, the glass mat is yours. I will put the date that you have to respond by and my email down in the description box below. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye for now.